God just wanted to use me as an example to the world that I can lift up a man from the mud and take him to the pinnacle of the temple.
It is not uncommon for you to hear people talk about the fact that there's scarcity of opportunity, that things are difficult, that no matter how much you go to school, that when you come out, that things are not often as easy as you think it is. But today I want us to just listen to the story of a man that came from a very low background, from an ordinary background, and by the time he started coming up in life, he took time to prepare himself. He gave himself to study, he gave himself to preparation, and because he was prepared, the opportunity that he was prepared for started showing up around him. Now, I want us to listen to Chief Dele Momodu and see how life seemed to have prepared certain network and opportunities for him, not because he was the most intelligent, but because he took time to prepare himself. And once he was prepared, it is just inevitable for those opportunities to start showing up for him. And the same thing goes along for everyone. The opportunity we are prepared for will always show up in the environment.
Wow. So, I mean, it's a combination of, so you can't even place one.
No. There are two. At every stage, everything was preparing me for the next stage.
True.
I can give you an example. When I was about 22 years old, I went with my friend Segun Omoborewo to see his dad. His father was the deputy governor of Old Ondo State when Ondo was a combination of Ondo and Ekiti State, so big state. And we were chatting and talking politics. And the man looked at me. You, this young man, you are so intelligent. How old are you? I said, I'm 22. And you know, you have this knowledge of the political history of Nigeria. I said, I read voraciously. I'm a greedy reader.
I saw your books.
Yes, I read, you know. So said, oh, okay, when are you finishing school? I said, very soon. Said, okay, after your youth corps, I would like to see you. I would want you to work with me. And so that was how I started working for this great man at the age of 23. Unfortunately, within months, the Buhari coup happened. And then they put all of them in prison. But that now became another stage in my life. I started going to visit him in our prison almost on daily basis. I was meeting a lot of the big politicians, big people. Then he would also send me to Lagos to go and see some of his friends who are also in different prisons. And now, unknown to me, I was also building a network. That would be useful to me in the future, Thereafter, after I left his job, the next person I worked for was Oba Okwadeshiju Ade Olubuse II, the Ooni of Ife. So you can imagine a young man of 25 years, and I was meeting all the top people in Nigeria in the palace. Again, I did not know it was preparing me for another future. Then when I left him, that was when I went back for my master's at the university. And after that, I came to Lagos. Who was the next person I worked for? Chief MKO Abiola. So you can just imagine such a trajectory. It's uncommon. And it's almost surreal that a young man who was a nobody, son of nobody, though my parents were somebody as human beings, but when you talk in terms of status, they were nobody. Nobody reckoned with them. But God was preparing me for this long journey.
Yes.
And so I came to Lagos, worked for Chief Abiola. Within 2 years, he had identified me in Concord. And I was a man who had maybe thousands of people that he employed, and I was able to stand out. Wow. And within 2 years, I left Concord and joined Mail in Ezekiel, and I became the highest paid editor.
You heard it. Everything just kept falling in place simply because he prepared himself. He said he was a voracious reader. He was a greedy reader. He kept reading. He kept going to school. And the more he prepared an opportunity within, the opportunity kept showing up outside him, because within himself, he prepared himself for a time that is yet to be revealed. Taking time to prepare for the opportunity that you need is more important than looking all around for the opportunity. Oftentimes, a lot of people look around them trying to connect with opportunity in the environment, but the fact is always this, is the opportunity that you are prepared within yourself that shows up in your environment. It's the opportunity that you have seen within that shows up without.